Hey everybody, my name is Braden. Welcome back to the radio. Today, I got water, chocolate milk, which costs twice as much as the water, and then $6 a pop, which costs $1 more than the milk, and a 3-piece. I love Hardee's more than anything. Oh, future employee there of the everything. So I'm gonna put this away. Here's the water I brought with. I'm really parched because I haven't really drank anything since I got here yet. Well, that's why I had a Fanta today, or a Sunkist. Because Fanta's pretty bad. Like I said, I just hate it, I guess. That's refreshing. Get my throat wet. That's what I like. Kind of want some of this though. Oh, these are kind of bent. Let's hope they didn't break though. There's multiple people here that have an Xbox and PlayStation. It's like, oh, can play with them. Okay, what would you? Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I heard a noise in my head. So, like, what would you do if, like, the drum bucket, or the drum bucket scene in the SpongeBob movie, where all the buckets are on their head? What if you just got mind controlled right now? Like, what would you even do? You just have to fucking follow it, wouldn't you? Like, you just have to go like Winter Soldier mode for a bit. Well, I have to eat that meat. I have to make tacos soon, but I got some stuff to talk about. Some superhero stuff. Okay, so you know how I rode the bus to get here? Well, I had some ideas while I was there. I was listening to music and it was just cinematic if you watched and listened to them songs and stuff. So I made a list of all these events and I'm gonna explain like why I got these ideas and what they're for. I actually think it's pretty cool. Like, this is how my mind works, kind of. And I just have these all the time. Like, I have a lot of these kind of lists, but like more than that, like I make them into something. So this was just because like what I do is I live through it, and it gives me ideas, like living through life, to kind of project it. I don't think it's projection, but like it's a way to get all this stuff out in a way, like certain stuff. But it's like a really cool mythology I'm building, and a way to do it, and like a way to personify it. I don't know, like what's going on, but as a superhero. So list, counter. Here it is, the list. The counter will open in 10 minutes. So I saw the counter when I was sitting down at the bus station, and it said that at the front of the counter. I'm like, oh, yeah, I could go over. And what did that make me think? Like, that'd be a cool scene, waiting for anything for 10 minutes. And then like Spider-Man has anxiety because like he's Spider-Man. It's 10 minutes. Like 10 minutes is 1/6 of 24 hours. Or like, what's 6 times 24? Watch this. That would be 144. I bet it is. So next, my head was spinning. That was making my head spin. Speaking of that, it was because of that. Like, I'm at the bus station and I gotta leave in an hour and a half. My anxiety is kind of spinning a bit. Like, oh, like what am I doing? I'm changing my whole life, which like it's good. Like I'm glad I'm here, but whoa, like like that's just it. Like this is what I was gonna do anyways. I always felt this way, but anyways, code word spotting Spider-Man. So there was like a homeless dude yelling outside. Or I don't know, not to be just I'm homeless. Well, how do you describe him? Some mangy dude. That's disrespectful though. But he was like just out there, like from across the street. And they always hang about around that part of town, around the bus station. So it's like, or like, what if they were on their phone and it's like I heard through the window like they were saying stuff. So I'm like, oh, what if they're on their phone and they're actually they're like spotting me? They're not actually like whatever their role is supposed to be. I'll get back to that. Because like also there was this dude, I saw. Well, I'll get back to the elevator, but this is what I wrote: elevator fire, because I saw a sign for the elevator saying that a fire could happen or something, and it was just a visual kind of. I forgot what the words. That was probably cool though. I feel like it was better than I remember. I gotta eat these chicken strips. They look good. Hardy's my favorite restaurant ever. Louis Carl's Jr.'s New York. I'm glad it's not where I am. Hardy's, isn't this such a funny name? It just looks cool. Tastes good. So the elevator fire made me think like, what if there was like you had to go stop the elevator fire? You know how in Homecoming, Spider-Man has to save his friends from the elevator. That's kind of iconic. It feels like out of a comic book. So this, like the elevator's burning and it's like kind of closing maybe, and you have to hold it open with webs. Like I can see the webs inside of it and fire happening at the same time. You know what I mean? That's what I imagine. So I'd have to expand the scene from that. That's what I visualized. Like maybe you're fighting somebody in there and saving somebody at the same time. There's so much happening. You have no idea how much, like, you're never in that situation. You have no idea how much pressure that is to like to execute saving that person, the mission, and taking that villain down. And like, it's on fire. Like the building is in trouble and stuff too. Like so much is happening, right? In Spider Sense, like holy, like if that was really happening, and he ended up saving the whole hospital or whatever, so much respect to that. Because what would you have done without him, right? Okay, so there's an ant crawling on the ground. So I wrote Ant-Man communicates with an ant, like communicates to Spider-Man with an ant. Wouldn't that be so cool? Because in my universe, my big time universe, my Ant-Man is my cousin. Whoa, he's also part of the Fantastic Four currently, like in 2025. So, that's pretty fire, I think. Bus scene with Curtis Connors. So, I was talking about the elevator earlier. There was some dude who was kind of sketchy. Like, he followed me on the bus and I thought he was following me the whole time. But when I fell asleep, he disappeared once. So, I don't know where he went. But I thought, oh, he kind of looks like Curtis Connors. He was like kind of twitching in his seat. He was like eating. It just felt like he was somebody who had stuff to do, but he had somewhere to be. And he kind of knew who I was or something like that. Like, you know what I mean? But he was just older gentleman too. That's why Curtis Connors, because in my universe he'd be older compared, but he'd still be a supervillain for me to face off against. Because I need new supervillains now that I'm not in New York anymore. My character's in Beaver Creek. School bus horror stories. So while I was on the bus, I was thinking about them school bus horror stories back in the day where like the bus would take the kids and then drive them to like some underground place and then they would like disappear into smoke and stuff, or I don't know. Do you know what I'm talking about? The school bus stories. Like where they would just randomly get on it and they wouldn't know where they were going. It was like before the Society came out. Under a bridge side, so if you watched my vlog, you could see out the window what it looked like, what the bus lights looked like from the inside were reflecting. It kind of looked like you were like looking under a helicarrier or something, or like that big ship from Deadpool, the final fight scene in Deadpool, like one of those types of ships. So if you're, so that's what I imagine. That'd be cool. Looking at that from down below. I'm parched. I rode the semi bus crash. There was a semi driving by us, and well, I don't know if this is. I think it was just randomly semi. But then later, I saw a box truck, and it was kind of wobbly, and so was our bus driver. He was a little wobbly too. Just for he was a really good driver. They all are, but like we're right next to each other. So I think that'd be crazy. Like if you're driving, if you're in that bus, or it could be like anything. Like because maybe I'm swinging over and that event just happened. It's like Jesus, or I'm in it. And we gotta help out during it, which is crazy too. Like, oh, imagine that you just gotta put on your mask and help everybody out. Like, you can't even do it all. I mean, no, I did that because I can do it all because I believe I can. Semi bus crash. It's, I mean, kind of like a Fast and Furious scene, even, or just like you kind of gotta like you can stop it. So many ways it can play out. So many different scenes that can happen with it. Now that I have that, Leviathan bat demons invade. It's kind of like Stranger Things vibes. The foreign people across from me are making me think that. I don't know why. Like maybe because the idea of foreign. So like Leviathan bat demons coming down. It's just something to fight off, and like I have some plots going on with like demons and stuff because of Dr. Voodoo. Saving a runaway truck. That's kind of like, I mean, it's Fast and Furious. Like I'm thinking when they're like falling off the edge, but the semi one besides just a normal truck, like going towards a gas station, even maybe like GTA. You gotta save it. Metro train yard, like Chuggington. You know the show Chuggington? Yeah, I saw that train yard. No, I always like those kinds of train yards. Like I know they're in the wooden sets. Back when I used to play on the wooden sets, every time we went to church, we'd go in the kid room, so I would play with the trains, and those are pretty fire. I would save them. I don't know why I said that, because I read Saving Runaway Truck. Wouldn't that be cool now? Saving Runaway Train, boom, combine those ideas. Genius. Because I didn't even write that down. And that wasn't even in Chicago, but that's where the metro train is. So imagine that falls off and you gotta save that temporarily. My Spider-Man is Spider-Man in Chicago for like his high school years. There's a clock piece on a building. I thought that was cool. There's like a few different scenes of that, but I always think about Amazing Spider-Man 2 kind of. But there's a few different ways, like a few different scenes that can play out with that, not just a fight scene every time. Creature emerged from the woods. So that's not like the Leviathans, but it could be related like the same way. I'm thinking more like, I forget what they're called. It starts with an O. They're like these big creatures, kind of. And they're like completely black. And they live in the ocean. I forgot what those are called, but it's kind of like that. And they would peek through the woods, kind of is what I imagine. We were driving by some dark woods, and I imagined it just grabbing through the trees and just peeking through it like that. You know what I mean? Like you can't see it at all, but it just shows up like up to the wall of the woods. And it's this huge creature. In comparison, like the giant from Harry Potter. Okay, I bought a Charleston shoe bar. I'm like, oh man, that's a good scene. I'm like, that's me. That's so relatable. That's what my character could do too. I saw a mechanic, and it was like named Somebody's Town. So I'm like, oh, Tom's Town. That's a cool mechanic name. I forgot. I think it was like Steve's or something. That's such a cool mechanic name because like why? Like how do you even come up with ideas like that when you're naming a business, right? So let's go through it. They're thinking about it. like, oh, Steve's town, yeah. Because it's like, oh, what can I name my business? Well, there's nobody in this town that pretends it's a small town. I think it's a city, but that's the thing about it. It's a city, isn't that what's so cool about it? It's like a pop-up mechanic shop. Tom, Tom's sitting down one day and he's like, man, I'm the best damn mechanic in this city. I run this place better than anybody. I get everything repaired on time, before time. I get too much to do. I have too much employees. Like, my town, pretty much. I'm running it at this point. Like, what do I even call my business? It's just Tom's Services right now. Something like that. Like, do you get what I'm saying? Like he's pretty much, oh, I have the whole town. It's a Tom's town. Let's go to Tom's town and get our truck fixed. Seems reliable if he runs the shit. Bus driver. So I wrote that down because that could be a few things. I wrote it down because like they were super cool and chill and like they were talking over the intercom. It's like, I don't know, I could just do something with that. Or like maybe they could be an ally, could be a villain. Just a lot you can do. Caged walkway run-in with lizard. I always love these kinds of scenes. Or like a caged walkway, just like, I don't know, any kind of scenes. You just don't see them enough. I mean, I don't. So I would want to see that. I'd want to see melancholy scenes of that, just walking and talking, like, for the passive scenes. But then later, like at nighttime, one of the nighttime scenes, maybe a lizard had its scent, or Spider-Man just going walking through the park as Spider-Man. Because he does that, I guess. And then boom, attacked. It goes so hard. There's a lot of ways I could play out, and I kind of have something. Like I say, there's a lot of ways, but I kind of have my idea, which is the best way I can build it. Maybe that helped you with something. Like I'm saying, that's why it's good to share your ideas. Storage crate scenes. I saw one of those places like Spider-Man in Homecoming where he's in the shipping container places, but it was just in the middle of like the world. I don't know. The shipping container wasn't by the docks. That'd be cool too. But I just thought it was kind of like, oh, like what are they storing here? Maybe it's like a villain spot, kind of like how Vulture had that going on. Saving. Well, I think that was Iron Man, but like Vulture, one's a Robin maybe or something. Saving the security guard on Take Your Daughter to Work Day. While I was in Chicago, I saw a security guard and his daughter was there, I think, or something. Or like just, I don't know, people are all just friendly and happy with each other or whatnot. And anyways, that little girl was running around and they were all having a good time. So I just thought like, oh, like imagine this, like this is all happening just like a really nice day. And he's with his daughter and he's like a security guard, you know, employee of the month type. And he's nice. Like maybe he comes over and asks if what bus you taking? So my character, like maybe a bad guy comes and disturbs the bus station or whatever, or like I don't know if it'd be a bus station security guard or something else. And Spider-Man would have to get into action and save him, but you never know what happens. Maybe that person dies, maybe the fun. It's so sad though, and I would want to save them both. And if I couldn't, I don't know how I could forgive myself. I saw 11th Street. I'm like, But my favorite number is 11, so like, wouldn't that be cool if that's where my character lives? Like, I don't know, because it wouldn't be so iconic. It's kind of like in that universe, it's sort of like everything happens for a reason, sort of fate type of thing with that number. Kind of like how it happens in real life conveniently. Like, oh, do you know what a checkout time at a hotel is? 11. Isn't it crazy? Not really. Now that the more I'm used to it, but like when it first came to me, you have no idea. Just that happens all the time. Also at the mall, I saw a kid putting on his mom's cigarettes in one of them machines, and like he was like watching it go off. I thought that was so like background while swinging, and just like maybe I'm on the phone talking, and then like I'm observing that happening while I'm swinging through like that is just like the city. That is how you make it breathe and live. And I know that because I'm in it and I watch it. And it's just like what does that mean besides living and breathing? Like it's relatable too. It's like, or it's like you kind of feel bad. It's like you can't. I mean, that's a good kid though. He's helping his mom. Like you just feel so much for that situation. There was a pointed glass roof at the top of the mall, and I thought that was pretty neat. Like, oh, there could be a fight scene around that. Like, I've seen this before. Like, I've seen multiple roofs like this where they're kind of like a hexagon or something. There's glass on the sides, but then the roof's like plain. And I just feel like with Spider-Man, like you could have one of those like he's like up there against it, and you're like crawling through it. And imagine because he creates so much webs, like you're like kind of playing through it like one of them grown-up jungle gyms or whatever with whoever the bad guy is. So it's just like depending on the bad guy in whatever situation you're in, and you don't get to choose because they're just doing crime. Life is so cool and unique. And then I wrote water tower down. It allows fire. And I'm like I have a lot of, I write water tower down like every time I do one of those. Because I just think they're so cool. But like this time it can be different. This time it can be like one of those melancholy places, like I said. So I think it would be pretty neat for my character. Something that he needs, like a calming place, like grounding, and especially if it was low level rather than how Spider-Man's like on top of the Empire State Building uses his favorite, or they all have their own favorite, which I think is also cool. It makes them all unique in their own way, even though they're all supposed to be the same person in the multiverse.